Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Ray Vaughn, Ray G, Ray Glizzard, whatever you want to call me, however you want to feel. It is a fantastic Sunday, because this is the day that the Lord kept us here, and we going to rejoice, you know what I'm saying? And I got Mr. Pigaboo in the building,
Yes, sir.
former Division II basketball player, chef, business owner. He's cooked for the Georgia Bulldogs women's basketball team, the South Carolina women's basketball team, and that's only just to name a few. He's also been to Udonis Haslem, his house, cooking for him. He's also brought UD down to the small town like Thompson.
Yep.
And but before we even get into the things that you've seen and how you departed off into your success, talk about the beginning a little bit. Where'd you grow up? What hood was you in? When'd you pick up a basketball?
Man, oh man, you're making me feel old, man. But
Yeah. No,
back
you
then,
just gotta give them the
yeah,
story,
yeah, back I picked up a ball probably back sixth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. Grew up in Miami.
See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so Miami.
What part?
Liberty City.
Liberty City.
Like,
Okay, then.
about one of the roughest areas. You know what I mean? Spent a lot of time walking through Poking Bean projects. You know, that's
Right.
heard of First 48 as they made.
Ooh,
that
yeah.
that kind of came from that era back then, 20-something years ago.
What was your biggest factor coming from that area? Being in that area at such a young age, because me personally, when I was younger, we didn't have a whole lot of money, but I can't say that I grew up in the. We managed to get some pretty good houses and some good neighborhoods for the most part. We managed to make something swing, even though we was here and there. And what was your biggest obstacle living in a neighborhood like that?
Well, I actually grew up on 51st Street and 15th Ave, which is, close. You can walk to the Poking Beans from there. But just growing up in that area in that time was a lot of crime. You had a lot of OGs back then, people who, hey, man, go home. Like, back then, the next door neighbor could beat you and nothing wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, yeah.
But growing up like that, you had to learn how to fend for yourself. Your mama trying to, work. Your daddy never home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So your hood was your family.
Yeah.
So we all stuck together. You know what I'm saying? Some people got it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like right now to the day, you still got people still there. But back then, our outlet was the basketball, the park. Going to the park, playing basketball, flag football was real big.
Yeah, I think people undermine sports just a little bit when it comes to like I hate to say it, but it took, especially then, I don't know how we survived. You left out the house 10 in the morning. You didn't come back to the street lights was about to come on.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was you weren't selling drugs, you weren't on the corner, you weren't trying to move something, you weren't trying to make money. The thing that took up 3-4 hours of your day so that you wasn't bored, which is most kids' problems. That's why we throwing all these iPads and kids and stuff and face like, they ain't had no basketball.
Yeah.
And basketball did a lot.
Yeah.
For even me, because that's 3-4 hours of the day gone.
Yeah.
And all I did, I was at one park in one spot with my one group of fans hooping.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. So, and you said about 5th or 6th grade. Is that when you would say you seriously picked it up, or did you even have it even before?
That just was something to do. Like, everybody was competitive, so you learned how to play.
You're a little tall. You're a little tall now. Were you tall then? Have you been tall your whole life?
About 8th grade.
8th grade is when
seventh going into 8th grade. That's when I started spiking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. So did you make the middle school basketball team?
Yeah,
or did you play?
I made everything.
You
Yeah, every sport Only thing I ain't do was football. I tried football and I got hit
Right.
the first day of practice.
Right.
And I walked all the way home from by the poking beans.
Right.
And when I got home, I got a beating for walking all the way home, for quitting. And but basketball, it was unmatched. You know, it was a lot of good players came out of that area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like more football than basketball on my side, but on the other side, you had a school called Northwestern, and they was good for basketball and football. They done won a whole lot of state championships in football, but they were good in both sports.
Okay, then.
So, you know, I would watch them guys as kids because they would play on one court and we would be on the other.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But it was just enough for you to see them type deal.
Yeah, like real good players. So it was real popular. So
Right.
that would make you work on your game because you want to end up on that court.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, so 7th, 8th grade comes around, you spike. What happens in high school, and did you ever actually need, because like I know that there's some players out there who are just like you know, man, like they're just made to do it.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to train harder than every single other person. They're just going out there, they're jumping. They're jumping, they can shoot. They can,
I've been around them.
Bro, it doesn't make any sense. So did you have to find it in you to make that time to work out?
Of course.
And
Well,
like how much extra did you do beyond practice? Because practice was like Monday through whatever day, and then you played the game, right?
yeah.
Type deal.
Yeah. So pretty much for me, I ended up going to a Spanish school.
Oh,
Yeah, so the school I actually supposed to went to was Northwestern, right?
right.
I ended up going to Northwestern, but I've had an ego. I felt I was good enough to start. The coach felt I wasn't. So I transferred to a school called Miami High, and that was probably the best decision I made in my life.
Okay.
Because
So you thinking I was about to say you called it an ego, but it ended up being a good decision for you. See, I think it's real hard to differentiate having an ego and having respect for your craft.
true.
Because, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Because
Yeah,
at an extent,
facts.
because like you just said it was a good move
Yeah,
and it ended up working out for you. So I think honestly, whole time you just really respected your craft.
yeah,
The issue is with when it comes to sports, it's just like everything else. So most guys are just one phone call away from a lot of stuff, but you shouldn't be one phone call away from starting on the basketball team.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You're robbing other people of years of their life.
Yeah.
Because they're good enough to keep playing this when you finna be at home in a few years.
yeah, yeah.
You know, but the move to Miami High, right?
Yeah, so going to Miami High, it was like a different lifestyle than any other school in Dade County, even down
Okay.
south areas.
So like the way they talk, the way they dressed.
No, the way they work. Like, we worked like a college team. So
Right.
that means we had some guys on our team that was stars, but wasn't stars for us. They could have went to other schools
And been the guy.
and been the guy. But a lot of people want to come to Miami High because we won.
Right. Winning
See what I'm
cancels
saying?
out a lot. Winning cancels out a lot.
So, but with winning comes dedication, hard work, loyalty, faith, and so some of the guys who could have been stars at other school wanted to win. Some came and left because we probably worked harder than some college teams. Yeah. So
okay.
So
But you were pretty much bought into that. Like you were you already bought into that kind of mindset, like working beyond the average kids?
No, I wasn't.
Ooh.
I just grew up in a rough neighborhood and I wanted out. So if it took me working hard, I didn't mind working hard because I wanted to make it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know if I did what I had to do, I would end up here one day. Not cooking, because that wasn't in my rear view or in front of me. Cooking wasn't in front of me. I can always do it from a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and not to skip that part about your childhood too, because that's somewhere we're finna get to in just a second. Basically, when did you find out I can cook? Like, I know you've probably touched some stuff and you've been, you were in there for a while, but when did you look down and was like, I can prepare this whole entire meal?
Yeah. Well, my mom passed away. I was about 6 years old.
Sorry to hear that.
My daddy was always
Sorry to hear that.
hustling, working.
Right.
Different jobs. So I was home. So it was like either you're going to find out how to cook or you're going to starve. Or you're going to wait till Pops get off at night with something to eat.
Right.
So I started going in the kitchen on my own, eggs, noodles, hot dogs.
Yeah.
But I would try to make hot dogs taste like barbecue ribs per se. So if I made noodles, I'm putting cheese in them. I'm putting shrimps in them. So I'm taking
the shrimps is crazy.
50s back then.
The shrimp is crazy.
Noodles back then was like 25 cents a pack. So you got a whole shrimp pasta for $3.
Yeah, facts. And you can't. And with the situation and the money that's not coming in quite yet at the time.
Yes.
That's A1.
I learned how to make it work, and as I got older and older, like I went to the barbecue grill, and I would take dry branches that fell, and that would be my charcoal.
Shut your mouth.
So now I didn't know
you would take dry sticks.
Like
from
trees out there,
the trees out there.
Dry, I would take them, and that would be my charcoal. I would light that.
And you lit the.
I would get that, put that in the grill, light it, and that's what I would cook my food on.
Shut your mouth.
So like oak wood and.
What? So you just that? See, now that's crazy.
Yeah,
now that's crazy.
And that was as a kid.
You just talked about that like that was simple. Like that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so
you should grab some wood from my side. But
yeah,
I don't want to interrupt you. Keep going.
Yeah, so and all the kids would love it in the hood, in the neighborhood. They would love it, cause
they can't do that. The other kids. In that area, they couldn't do that.
So now down the street, you got a grocery store called Winn-Dixie at the time.
Right.
So we would walk over there, take buggies and take people food to the cars, and they would tip us. Mm-hmm. And then we would put our money together and go in and buy little packs of meat and stuff like that.
So
you know
now,
what I mean?
now you grilling for the hood.
For the hood, yeah. Yeah,
that's amazing. Friends. That's amazing. See, the issue nowadays is that, like, this is kind of why I'm doing this podcast. I like podcasts because it forces us to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
We've lost the community aspect that we used to have. These phones, I think, are a high on that list.
Yeah. Very
high on that list. I think a lot of people look at their life and they start to look at it and be like, oh, man, this is finna be hard. This is finna be this is finna be that. Fam, you know what I did? I put the phone down. Yeah. I put the phone down. And I was like, every time I'm picking up my phone, I better be doing something.
Yeah.
And then when I stop texting my boss about my job, why am I opening TikTok? What's on TikTok?
Yeah.
What's on there?
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm washing dishes. And I stopped and I looked at myself. I was like, no way I'm one of those people right now.
Yeah.
But like it's so easy to get caught. So easy to get caught up into it. These phones, Facebook, MySpace, all advertised bringing your family from Illinois, being able to call them, being able to text them, being able to contact family. That was the biggest grab for the internet when it was like kind of first coming out. But now it's doing more dividing than it's ever done. Yeah. And like even over here in our neighborhood, and not to knock our neighbors or anything, but like people just don't come outside.
Nah, they don't come out. The kids The kid's probably in the room on the tap, but that's the new punishment. Kid get in trouble, you send him in the room. Put him on, and nowadays, if you don't watch it, a kid will stay in the room from morning to night on social media.
Yeah.
Which can become depressing because you seeing what other people got, you don't got it. You want it.
Right. And then the thing about it is you keep going back to watch more of it instead of actually just doing it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what this is right here. I called my friend BJ. I stopped making excuses. I was like, hey man, can you find me a pot? I mean, shout out to the people in my life, because people.
Yeah.
Once again, the simple fact of the matter is I'm nice to people, and that's how I got this. That's how I got all of this stuff to be able to actually set up. That's how I got this home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just,
yeah.
and BJ sent me a link. I got this nice setup that we're using work with right now. Didn't cost me $1 million to get it or nothing like that. And all it took was a phone call.
Yeah.
But we gotta start putting down that phone, stop watching all the YouTube videos, and actually realize that the things that we want in life, those feelings that we want to actually captivate, they outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
They outside.
They outside. You got to go get them.
Yeah.
You know, so I thank God I ain't come up in that era. So now I'm talking to my kids, letting them know, hey man, get off that phone. Like, you can't come to me and tell me you struggling in math, but you on the phone all day.
Yeah.
You showing me this stuff, how to make stuff off YouTube. The same way you can do that, you can go look up that problem. Find out, but you don't want to do that because it don't. You see what I'm saying?
I be trying to tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, did you just tell me you didn't know the answer to this in particular question, and you got that $1,000 phone in your pocket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fam, that's the biggest benefit it has to you, your kids, your family, the generations behind you, is the information.
Yeah.
And you got a $1,200 iPhone in your pocket,
Yeah.
and you telling me you don't know the quadratic formula or something?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
So,
I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah, so back childhood, coming up with the food, I would start doing, and every time I cook, people would always tell me how good it was. So, when I turned 14, I was about in the 9th grade. My pops passed.
I'm sorry to hear that too, man.
So Miami High became my family, right? The school.
Right.
So the coaches was Cubans, but the one thing I can say, they pushed us to the max, and they never let us. If you failed, you failed because you wouldn't follow the process. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it wasn't their fault.
Man, bro, my school was Southwest 8th Street, right?
Right.
So you count down Southwest 8th Street, 7, 6, this and that. Then it go to Northwest, 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Right.
At this time, I was staying on Northwest 58th Street.
Right.
And that sometimes, if I couldn't afford it or something would happen, I would walk to school. And it might take me about an hour.
So what was your and this is only if you want to get into it, of course. What was your living situation, if I may ask?
After that, my aunt moved from Baltimore, Maryland, right?
Uh-huh.
Stayed with her. She came down, she had a wooden house, no air conditioning. So I would have to,
in Miami too, that's crazy.
I would get a cooler.
Uh-huh.
Fill the cooler up with ice.
Uh-huh.
Put a little water on the ice so it can, and I would put a fan behind it to blow cool air.
And something I want to point out to y'all is that I want y'all to listen to every issue that I brought up to him. You have almost immediately told me, oh, this was my resolution.
Yeah.
You didn't. I know it had to be disheartening, saddening, confusing, especially at such a young age, to lose him then too.
Yeah.
But to hear that you were still getting up, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, And after that, we made the best of it. It wasn't bad. I'm gonna sit up and say that was just so bad. We made the best of it. You know what I mean? The coaches had our back. They made sure we ate. We stayed at school more than being at home. So when you got home, it was probably about
8, 9,
8, 9, 10 o'clock.
So I don't think you got to.
Cause we at school, we practicing in the morning. We going to school. We practicing after school. We going to study hall. So they took it serious, right?
So I was about to say, yeah, you got the study hall too. That's your
school. So that's the whole day, and that's every day. Summertime, we traveling. We playing travel ball.
You didn't have no room for the BS.
Yeah, so I didn't have any room. So midway high school, I started slipping off. You know what I'm saying? And I started dealing with the street guys, getting in trouble a little bit. But
what do you think was your driver into there? Because I think, I know you love God too. So like, what do you think was used? What do you think was used to get you into those streets? Because you knew very well that what you were doing was good, quality, time consuming, but it's always something bad that really usually attracts us. So is there something in particular that flagged you one day, or was it a couple weeks of seeing something that kind of got you to go back?
It was,
or did it feel boring?
I wanted, like, I was popular back then. I had brothers who was real popular from the streets, and
okay.
I just wanted what they had.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't get it going to school. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted what they had. I wanted more money. I wanted to dress better. I wanted the better shoes. Like you say, like I'm playing ball with some of these kids who got good families.
Right.
They got the nice shoes. So I just wanted what the streets had. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I got in it for a minute, got in a lot of trouble, but, God was there every step of the way. If I had went to Northwestern, I'd have been in prison. Probably just getting out. See what I'm saying?
See, that's crazy, because all it takes is a second.
Yeah.
It takes that one car ride with the wrong people.
Yeah. And I took many of them.
I was about to say, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, it's a blessing to think that it do take just that 1 second. It take that one dude having a little bit more than weed on him. It take that one dude having that gun you didn't know about. It take that one dude having that stuff in the trunk you didn't know about. And you in the car too, and then like before you know it, it's over with.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is it would have took that one day and it would have costed you Mr. Pigaboo today.
And with me, every time I got in trouble, I've been to jail sometimes while I was in school, right? But I never was a follower. I was a leader. So when I went to jail for a gun, I knew it was in the car. It was mine. And if I had people in the car with me, I tell the police, it's mine. Like, I never put nobody in no bad situation. That's why 30-something plus years later, I still got the same friends.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
Same friends. 35 years later.
Wow.
40 years later. I got some of my friends 40 years. We grew up as babies.
I'm hoping. And I'm hoping to keep mine the same way. I got some people in my life so far that I got people like we got our diapers changed in the same room who I'm still friends with. And it is kind of a bit of a signal to myself of the person that I've been throughout the years.
Of course.
Because a lot of people are walking out, and a lot of people choose to walk out, and there are some people that I chose to walk away from.
Got to.
But there was guys who stayed around, and like all of my friends, even now, becoming and not to dive too much into it, becoming an 18-year-old, like, so when I was about like 17, I actually moved away from my family. Like, all of them.
Yeah.
and I went to go live with my what the crazy part about it was I went to go play soccer. And I went to go play on the field one day. It's tryouts. So I didn't know that soccer was a whole lot more mellow
Yeah. Okay.
than the football, basketball area. So I've come out there. I'm talking a little nice little sportsman trash, I don't believe in yelling, cussing, and screaming, calling people out their names and stuff like that. But I believe nice little chat, sportsmanship.
Gotcha.
And some of the guys didn't take that
Yeah.
the same way. So literally, the dude that I argued with the first day, like it was a skinny white dude. We argued the first day. I ended up actually going after going to soccer practice for a couple of days. I ended up actually going living with him because one day we were leaving soccer practice and I was just walking and he was like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I'm be honest with you, bro. I actually don't know yet, but I'm gonna find out."
Yeah.
And before I know it, I got in his car. I lived with him for like a year.
Yeah.
And I'm still friends with him even to this. I'm still friends with him even to this day, man. That's my brother. But they understand the busyness and the things that I had to do, and the times I didn't have a phone, the times I couldn't put money on my card. I got friends who called me after like 2 years. "What's up, man?" Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened, and like. I can't thank them enough for being who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my life up until this point, living beyond my own hiccups.
Yeah.
So, so 30, 40 years is something I'm definitely hoping to get to. And I think, we can make it though.
Yeah, of course. It's about like you say, decisions. Like if you want to be successful,
take one.
You got to make the right decisions if you want to be successful.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's why I got you here today. It's about talking about those, small bits of success. We talked a little bit in Walmart about some stuff, which I definitely want to get on that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy that you've had the same friends for such a long time, even though you were bad and you weren't making the greatest decisions, which we all don't at some point. At some point. But how we're bouncing back after that is the best part. So you're in the middle of high school, 10th, 11th grade, I'm assuming, 10th, 11th?
Yeah. Kind
of screwing up, but you still ended up making it to Division II basketball. So how did you end up getting there? What day did you just like have the gun in your hand and just was like, I'm gonna put all this down?
No, like I said, making the decision to go to Miami High was the best decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day, my high school coach at the time, Frank Martin, came to me, and by the way, he was the head coach at South Carolina.
I was about to say Frank Martin sound real familiar.
Yeah, he was at the University of South Carolina.
Right.
With over there coaching. Don Staley got the women's.
Right.
So he was with Don for a while. Now he's in Massachusetts, UMass. He the head coach there.
Okay.
But at the time he come to me, he say, "Bo, man," he say, everybody called me Bo. So he say, "Bo, man," he said, "Man, I got an opportunity for you to go back to school." He say, "Man, if you stay down here, you're gonna end up in jail or dead, man, and I'm scared for you." So
and this is and I'm sorry, my bad. And this is your head coach at the moment,
Frank Martin.
At the high school. At Miami High. Okay.
So Frank Martin, he was a real good coach, high school. So
I can only imagine
he ended up going
seeing what he was doing.
And it shows. It started with us. He shaped us. We shaped him. You know what I mean? So it went both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a real close relationship, and so he had an opportunity for me to go to a school in Texas, and I was like, I don't want to go to Texas. So after about a week thinking about it, something hit me, said, give it a try. Mm-hmm. I gave it a try and looked back. Went to Texas, made first team all conference in Texas, got a full scholarship to Augusta State, and that's how I ended up in Augusta. So I went up there. I really ain't supposed to never play again because I had back surgery coming out of high school. That's what messed me up. So going
Oh,
to
that's
play
crazy.
ball, yeah,
Cause
I didn't supposed to play at
yeah,
all.
cause it's the back, and the knees, and it's like I think it's like one or two other areas that even doctors today in 2023 still can't like 100% fix.
Yeah,
And like the fact that you came back from back surgery is crazy. Cause my old boss from Sonic, he actually had back surgery. I'm not even sure if he's still even like walking correctly from
yeah,
what's going on with his back.
yeah. So after that, I went and did good in Texas. Got a full scholarship to Augusta State. Came over there and did pretty good there. And I think around my last year, that's when my back started really, hurting me and stuff like that. So I tried to play on like some of them little, like the semi-pro teams, not the NBA,
Right.
the semis, and that ain't work. So I gave it up, got a job, worked for a while, but I always was cooking, right?
Right.
And so after that, I just say, one day somebody came to me with an opportunity and with the restaurant down the street. And at that time, it had no name. I didn't know. So me and a person supposed to went in business together,
Right.
and they end up not doing it.
Right.
So it fell on me. So then God gave me the name, Pigaboos,
Right.
the logo, and
Yeah, how did you come up with the name? That's what I know you said God gave it to you. So like, was it like you woke up out of your sleep? Like what was it? Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm be upfront and honest. It's a good name.
Yeah.
Because not only is it short, it's got a little rhyme to it, and the logo looks fantastic, honestly.
Yeah. So after about 40 different names, my wife was like, no, I don't like that. So one day, I was looking at some names out of Memphis.
Right.
They known for barbecue.
Right.
So you had like names like Fat Butts,
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
For pulled pork, right?
Right.
So when I started seeing the unique names, I said I didn't want no name like a lot of people get these spots and they be like Frank's Barbecue.
Yeah, just throw their name.
Jason, yeah. I'm
barbecue,
like,
yeah.
nah, I want something different. So I came home one night about 11 o'clock, go in the pantry to get me some snacks.
Right.
And first thing I seen was Lucky Charms cereal.
Okay.
And it hit me Lucky Butts barbecue.
Okay.
So I went and wrote it down, Lucky Butts. And then I went from that and went to writing down names. And then I think like the third or fourth name, something hit me, Pigaboo. So I wrote it down. And I thought about it, I said, Pigaboo. I don't know. So then instantly, the logo hit me. Pigaboo, a pig covering his eyes. I said, holy. So I wrote it. I tried to draw the pig, right?
Yeah,
I tried to draw it.
That
but-
sold you.
So I tried to draw the pig covering his eyes. It ain't look like that. So
Right.
I ended up putting about 3 more names on this paper.
Right.
And I actually got the paper in the restaurant. So I took it to my wife, and she went straight to Pigaboos. Boom, that's it right there.
That's the one.
That's the one.
But that's the thing about having having a partner, especially a female partner. Because they're gonna do it. They're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell you. That's why like I be cutting hair too. Like I cut my friend's hair. I cut like a couple of my friends' hair actually. I cut like a lot of their hair.
Yeah.
So so instead of asking them, hey, what you think about it? If they got their girlfriend with them, come over here. Look at this right here.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the ones to tell me, oh, it looks great. Got like 2 hairs right there. I'm like, bet I'm on it. Mm-hmm. And I call my girlfriend. She could be laying. I call my fiance. She'll be laying down. She'll be doing something. I'm like, come here. Come over here. Come tell me the truth. Go look at it. You know what I'm saying? Women gonna tell you how it is.
Yeah.
Women gonna tell you how it is. And I can't wait to see what me and her are gonna be able to create along the road. And so, what was the? And so you said somebody told you about the building, about the opening.
Yeah.
And was it already made to be a restaurant?
Yes, it was actually a restaurant, but it was closed down.
Okay.
So it was called Kimberly's Country Cooking.
Okay.
So and the young lady from Thompson, I never really got a chance to meet her. I always wanted to meet her to find out,
What happened?
Because, mind you, I'm going into this
Blind.
You know what I mean?
You have. So I was about to say, because so far all you've told me is that you've been playing basketball.
Yeah, and so
you haven't been a restaurant manager. So.
None of that. So when I got to Augusta, I would cook. Like people would call me and want me to set up at an event. I would cook, fry fish, and every time I do something, people are like, man, this is the best I ever had. This is the best I ever had. This is the best I ever had. And so, at first I would look at it like, man, you just pulling my. You know how people they don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
So, but after looking at my reviews,
which if you go on Google right now, you go on Pickaboos, you'll see plenty of 5-star reviews. And I looked through some of them, bro. Most of those people, like, you ain't got no spam people, you ain't got no extra people. These are people from here and people from other places,
all over the world,
from other places who stop by.
Yeah,
I seen some guys. It's some bikers or something, if I'm not mistaken. They stop by your spot every year when they drive.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Every year, that's their spot. And I got a couple of more people like that. It's a gun club. They have a gun a tournament every year, and them guys come eat there. So I done had the honor to meet some big people.
Yeah.
Come by, and just recently, Chris Moore, retired Buffalo Bills kicker.
Right.
I think he's from Thompson. Came by last week, and the food was so good to him, I didn't know who he was.
Right.
But they brought me, I think about a 5x8, a little bit bigger than a 5x8 picture, sign saying these the best wings on this side of Buffalo. Chris Moore.
Shut your
So I got
mouth.
that up. So, so with people
y'all
saying,
gotta go try the food. Like,
when people saying what they say, that like, a restaurant, probably about 98% of restaurants fail. Especially small.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that.
So through the grace of God, I'm on about year 5.
Mm-hmm.
My brand almost built. So to build a full brand takes about 10 years.
That would make sense. That would make sense because it got to have some a taste of longevity to it as well. You know what I'm saying?
So so where people mess up at, they go in looking for overnight success.
Yeah.
And if I did that, not knowing though, because mind you, I don't have no knowledge.
Yeah, you just know how to cook. You just know how to cook.
Yeah, so if I went in for the overnight success, I would be in that 98% of closed restaurants. So this the biggest thing. I worked at Walmart for 8 years, right? Made a lot of money with Walmart. Bonuses and this and that, third and the other.
Stay right there. Don't lose it. I want y'all to understand where y'all heard he made money from. You made money from Walmart. I be trying to tell people all the time, the money part is not the hard part. If you go anywhere, be kind, be caring, be hardworking, watch your mouth, don't complain, and just go in there and just work. You can make a lot of money. I made a lot of money through Sonic. I got up to making like, you know what I'm saying, even, and this is when people were still getting paid like $7.25 for the most part, and like, you know what I'm saying. This is before the influx. I'm going places. They're like, can you go work at this Sonic? I'm like, what you mean? Like, go work at this other one.
Yeah.
It's franchised. Yeah. Before I know, I'm going to other Sonics making $18, $20 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they need help somewhere. $18, $20 an hour flipping a burger, dog.
Yeah.
Flipping a burger. And people always telling me about their excuses.
Yeah.
But Walmart.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So you know, I went in management off rep, and within 1 year, I got promoted to a upper management. Right. So the money was good, but every Christmas I had to work. Thanksgiving I had to work. All the good vacation days, the people make more money in the store get.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you made the money, but the time with your family, your kids, was shallow. So me having a restaurant, I don't make the money by far. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, because
but-
stuff in there expensive.
but I see my kids every day. I can take them to school. If one of them gets sick, I can leave and go get them without hearing, you're going to have to find somebody else to work for you, this and that, third and the other. You know what I mean? So I don't make the money right now, but I take vacations. I can travel. I can go take my kid got something, a play. I can go see it. I couldn't do that.
Basketball game.
I couldn't do that.
You
I couldn't do that at Walmart.
Yeah, that's
you know
what
I mean. So
no, that's kind of why I'm starting this. Is to kind of in hopes that never to be, not to necessarily be a millionaire of any form of sort or fashion, but to have enough of that time.
yeah, because time is priceless.
It sure is. Like to spend that hour with them after school to make sure that they're actually retaining information.
Yeah. So
stuff like that.
and that's one of the things that keep me going. And it's like now I can start teaching new business owners, restaurants. You know, the dudes.
Did you ever plan on with Pickaboos? Did you ever plan on like broadening it and if you did make it more broad and make more Pickaboos for instance?
Franchise, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you ever think about the scale of that? Did you want it just to be 3 restaurants? Because like you said, you're enjoying this time with your kids. So you don't want to put yourself in a pickle of making more money but working 70 hours a week again. You know what I'm saying? So how far did you ever think about scaling your business, and like what's your plans with that? If you
plan on well, my goal to be big as McDonald's.
I love that.
They did it.
They did it, so why
can't do it? I'm right across the street.
But I like to jump.
I'm right across the street from Popeyes.
So why you can't do it?
I'm right across the street from Popeyes.
Right across the street from Popeyes, right across the street from the Harbor Freight Plaza, right over there where Home Depot at, Dollar General on this side of it. So just to let y'all know where it's at.
654 Main Street, Thompson, Georgia. Instagram Pickaboos, Facebook Pickaboos.
I'm gonna have all of that in the description too, so they'll be able to click on.
So me being there 5 years, and like I said, through the grace of God, me being a good person. When you're a good person, you got good energy. God will put you around other people with good energy. So I have had people in my life to help me with keeping Pickaboos going because they see my passion. They see how hard I go. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no off days. I'm trying to figure it out every day, how to be better, how to make the food better. It ain't, and no disrespect to no restaurants or nothing like that in Thompson, Georgia, but I got the best customer service.
All right, so.
And I learned that from Walmart.
So I'm gonna tell you this. And I'm so glad you brought that up because this is one of the topics that I actually could not wait for to say on here is that I am by far, Thompson by far customer service everywhere. Right as of right now, no offense to anybody over the last 10 years, the last 5 or anything like that, right now is horrible. Mm-hmm. I go through a drive-through. I ain't choosing McDonald's.
Yeah.
Thank you choosing Win. That's what I hear. Mm-hmm. I go to your restaurant. You had a lady who had you had 2 people working up front. You had a lady who had to run to the bathroom real quick. I'm watching this guy work his behind off. Like work his behind off. Because, he's got a couple of extra people coming in, and he's trying to keep the pace.
That's Donald.
He's trying to keep the pace.
That's Donald.
And I walk up to him and I ask him, I was like, hey, man, can I get a sauce from you? And with no frustration, no anger, none of that, I got my sauce. And I don't think you understand. I'm not doing that anywhere else right now.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Everybody's got an attitude. Everybody's got a problem.
Yeah.
And then these are the same people asking to get paid $15 an hour to do this. $15 an hour to come into my restaurant and do that. My thing is, what makes me so furious about this is I worked at a restaurant for 6 years. 6 years. My first day of work is when I turned 16. My birthday was my first day. My first week of work was 40 hours.
Yeah.
That hit me like a truck.
Yeah.
Hit me like a truck. The first week, 40 hours over a grill?
Yeah.
And that's where you were learning in the kitchen at first. That's how Sonic worked. You learn the grill
Okay.
first.
Okay.
I'm over that grill. I'm talking about slaving. The grease is popping. I feel the layer of grease on my face, and I can't get it off when I'm at home. Had to get a new cleanser. I'm talking about. But when they moved me up front, and as I learned management and stuff like that, I come in, and these same people, particularly the car hops at the time, that's what we call the people who dash out to the door, they were talking about the money that they didn't make. And I was like, okay, to better assess the situation, I'm not lazy. I like doing stuff. So I'm going to go car hop. I'm going to go find, I feel like that's the best way for me to be a part of management anywhere. If there's a bunch of different sections of the job, allow me to work all sections. Because I want to be able to actually feel what they're feeling when they come to me with their problems. So I go out there and I'm car hopping and I'm saying, hey, what's up to everybody and stuff like that. I got people apologizing to me for the way they were talking to me because I was nice the whole time. They thought I was joking. Like they thought when I got on the headset, I was like, thank you for choosing Sonic. My name is Trey. How can I help you? Like they thought I was joking. Like they thought I was being funny. I wasn't. I was being so serious, dog. It's the middle of the day. You probably thirsty. It's 2 in the afternoon. You coming to get a slushie. You hot. So I come over there. I got so many people who come back, like who come to the door to come give me tips. I got people who leave the restaurant and then come back later on to give me more money. And so I was like, what's y'all's problem with money? I don't get it. Go out there and be yourself. Stop trying to do this super, super automated thing. Fam, if you can't talk to people, you can't talk to people. Because people always give me the excuse of, oh, I seen a lot of people today. People are just so tiring. They're so frustrating. Yeah. And I get that to an extent. There are those days. But I don't get being rude to people. Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah. Don't get it. Yeah. Especially off the rip. I don't know you. Yeah. I don't know what you've been through today. I don't know. They could have just left a funeral or something. I don't know. Yep. Lady came in up one day, like screaming at me. And before I said something, I was listening. I was like, it's a little whine in that voice. Yeah. It's a little, like, it felt like a mama screaming at me and not somebody just screaming at me. I could hear it. I come in there, I go outside, I'm talking to the lady. I say all the nice stuff. She stops me before I turn around. She started crying. She's like, I just had a bad day, found out my child's sick, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, that's crazy. Because just a second ago, I was going to make that one decision. Yeah. That one decision. I was probably going to ruin her day. I was probably going to ruin her day. Yeah. She probably wasn't going to get her food or nothing. Yeah.
So, it's crazy. And
his customer service is impeccable. Like I told him before, I'm not going to tell y'all to go try something that I haven't tried. I've actually been over there swinging. 10 out of 10.
My thing and my goal with the restaurants is for the service to be better than the food, and the food A1. You know what I mean? The food A1. So service to be better than I go down and I like to, keep it in-house a little bit. So I go down and eat at Ivy's. They come eat here, come to my spot, shout out to Ivy's. I got a lot of knowledge from the owner of Ivy's restaurant in Thompson. So, respect. Yeah, so, any type of issue I run into, I can always call. So you got to build a relationship. So that's where things change. When you get in business, you got to change your friends. Yeah. You got to. Like, I hear people be like, oh, Boy, you done changed. Yeah, I did. I have.
Eh,
You ain't lying.
yeah.
Yeah, I changed.
Yes, absolutely. For the
Like,
better.
For the better, yeah. So,
better.
you know, left a lot of people behind, friends and stuff right now, because I know where I'm going in life and where I want to go. If I want to have 100 McDonald's one day, I got to have people who can help me get 100 McDonald's in my life, or show me, or guide me.
Yeah.
And if you ain't one of them, I don't have no time. I don't want to sit down and talk about what you did at the club last night. I don't want to sit down and, you know what I mean?
Don't.
I don't want to sit down.
How much drink you had?
Yeah, how much drink you had, the female you met, and all. I'm past all that. So I have a conversation. Hey man, listen, I met this dude. He know how to do and fix credit. That's
Right.
my conversation.
Facts.
How to get business credit. That's my conversation.
Yeah, because business credit
You
is
know what I
definitely
mean?
different
Grants
from
and
other credit
them-
grants, loans, and stuff that you can
know,
get for being.
yeah.
You can get. I'm pretty sure you can get loans and stuff now for being a black business owner.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken,
I'm
it's
learning all
small
that.
stuff
You know,
like that.
I'm learning
Yeah.
all that. So, you know, I'm trying to find them the type of friends I want. People who can help me grow. I can help them grow.
Yeah, somebody who became my friend was my old boss. He was on my first episode. He's over this Hawaiian barbecue place right now. He brought me on to the smoke shop. And we're opening up a smoke shop in Thompson right next to Harbor Freight.
Okay.
It's going to be called Thompson Lotto Express. And I'm going to be the manager over there.
Okay.
And loving my job so far. But he brought me on from the restaurant because we would be in the back cooking. And like we would get in trouble by other employees. He'd be like, can y'all be quiet? Because we would be back there laughing.
Yeah.
Working. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about working though. I'm talking about getting your burger and your fries out in under
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
What? Laughing.
Yeah.
Our behinds off, just having a great time. And he was the one who kind of brought that back to me for work. He was somebody who was essentially being that he wanted the customer service
Yeah. Yeah.
to be better than the food.
Yeah.
And like until you said it, I didn't have a way to describe it, but he wanted the customer service to be better than the food. And that's something that me and him always hit on. That's why he ended up actually bringing me on to be a part of the smoke shop was
Yeah.
because, and it's just because I met people. Like
Yeah.
I've been in a room with millionaires.
Yeah.
I've been in a room with people who are going to make more money than some people are ever going to see in their entire life.
Yeah.
And only because of that. Only
Yeah.
because of that. And speaking of that, I might know a few guys who can probably help out franchising Pigaboos who might be interested. Bigger guys.
Yeah.
If you care to take down the
Set that
information or
up.
something like that,
But that'll be a situation where you make the call, hey, I know this guy, great guy, got a restaurant in Thompson.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that I know that you're trying to do that, I think
of
I
course.
gotta.
Like, my thing was I wanted to come somewhere nobody knew me, get a unique name,
But see, that's the crazy part. Nobody
win the community.
didn't know you.
We're in the community, and if I can do them three things, then the restaurant can be franchisable, right?
Right.
So I done did them three things. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
tell them. What's your hours? Let them know your hours.
We Thursday. We open Thursday through Sunday from 11 to 9.
11 to 9.
And we just extended the restaurant. So most nights the restaurant is actually two sides. We were blessed to extend, add more space, and the one side we'll keep it open about 2
Okay.
in the morning with a limited menu. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get off work, you tired, you ain't got nowhere to go. You want to come and we play a little music.
Yeah, if
So-
you still just up, you know what I'm saying, you want to
Yeah.
do a little something that's not, completely
Yeah,
out of pocket.
You don't want to go
being-
to a club. You
Yes.
come get you
Yes.
some wings, some poached chops. We
Yeah.
got the best gizzards in
Yeah.
Georgia.
But I don't even eat gizzards. And y'all gizzards were pretty good, respectfully.
Yeah.
Like I don't even eat gizzards. But I've gotten to the point where I can at least try something and be like,
Yeah.
okay, they cooked this right.
Yeah.
I tried it. You cooked it right. You
Yeah.
cooked it right for sure. So you've met a lot of people in your restaurant. You got a lot of jerseys in your restaurant, a lot of pictures in your restaurant. What inspired that design for it? Because like you walk in, it doesn't it feels part of the hood. I still feel family. I still feel some form of home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because of all the stuff around. What made you inspire that design to do that?
I want people to know who Mr. Pickaboos is. You know, you walk now, that create conversations. I got pictures on the wall of people that people would never meet in their life, but I can tell them my experience with them people.
Bro,
Which
you
goes
know
a
what?
long way.
You know what? I was actually, the first time I went with my girlfriend and her family, and you stopped and talked to us that day. And literally, as soon as I walked in, that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm like, y'all know who that is? That's the whole Miami Heat basketball team right over there. That's him standing right next to y'all. Know you. Y'all know UD. Y'all don't know UD. That's Udonis Haslem right there. I'm over there telling them who all these people is and stuff like. They're being more impressed as I explain to them who all these basketball guys are and the places you've been and stuff like that. And that's absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. But I'm glad you wanted people, because like the fact of the matter is a lot of people do know who you are and you've only been here such a short time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like it's a household name now. I can't go nowhere. Hey, Mr. Pickaboos, from kids and everything. Kids come there because they like to see me. They like to talk to me. You know, older people come in there. It's the energy and the vibe that I let off. The energy and the vibe. So, you know, I do it for the community. It never been about the money. It was about the community. You know, when you see two guys who ain't seen each other, grown men come in there and hug each other like, man, you know, that's when I do it for. The kids coming out, hey, Mr. Pickaboos. I had some kids coming. I had some, one day I was in the kitchen cooking, and Donald brought me a letter. And the letter said, in this restaurant is the best food I ever had, and these people is so kind. And this was a little white girl wrote this letter, man. And her mom didn't know what she was writing. That touched me. That's what I do it for. That type of, that's what touched me, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, that's gotta be. You so nice. The kids peeping it.
Yeah.
The kids seeing
and you
it.
Post something, and then when you post something and somebody inbox you and say, man, you know what? You just don't understand. You might have saved my life. Like, I was on the verge of just ending it, and you just lift me up. And it's all because of the food, man, because of the, you know.
Because like I said, you know, you just never know what somebody going through. And then, like, that'll be one of, like, the biggest factors. Like, I forgot what it was. I think it's like 115. It's a little bit in the 100s of the amount of men who actually commit suicide every single day.
Yeah.
And to think that if they would have walked somewhere and you would have said, hey, man, I like that shirt you got on.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what? I think we know how to be nice. And I think we even have to think about it more. I know if I'm walking into a store and a dude, especially, not even a female, actually, a dude like, hey, but that's a cool shirt. Where you got that shirt from? Mm-hmm. That means more to me than a girl thinking I look great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Every time a guy walk in my shop or something like that, he got a shirt on. He got an old MJ North Carolina jersey on. So I'm like, man, that's fire right there. Where you get that from?
Yeah.
Bro, the smiles that are on their face, even when they're walking out the door, I can still feel them.
Yeah.
I can still feel them.
Yeah.
All it took was a few seconds, though.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I never let my day eat me up enough to be a bad part of somebody else's day.
Facts.
And that's the thing. I never let people battling drug addictions and stuff going on with my family, the money I don't got right now to pay this bill. I never let that intrude on the fact that there's this person right in front of me, and this conversation could be the most important thing they've ever had.
Yeah, exactly.
They've ever had. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just can't wait to see where you're gonna be at in like 3 years, because Cause I can only see that the sky's the limit.
I still be grinding, man. I give myself another 5.
5.
Another 5. You know, I'm slow rolling. You know, I'm taking every day at a time. I'm still building the brand.
Oh, I told
I'm
her.
networking.
So I kind of kept it a bit of a surprise on Snapchat and stuff like that about who I was gonna have on today. Keep it a bit of a shock until they click on. A lot of my friends were wondering about your relationship with UD,
Yeah.
Udonis Haslem.
Yeah.
Where does he come through? Where did y'all?
I pretty
meet?
I pretty much raised him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's little bro right there, man.
For real.
You know,
so like he was a part of that Miami era type deal.
Yeah.
And so where did and I'm assuming y'all just kept in touch after you like went off to Texas and Augusta and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that y'all always put. I noticed that in most of the captions and most stuff,
brothers.
y'all always stay. We're here.
Yeah, we
still there.
Here.
We still here.
Yeah.
And like I don't think people understand what that means. We still here. 30 plus years.
Got it out the mud.
Y'all still here.
We got it out the mud.
That's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. To you a business owner. Lil bruh became an NBA veteran.
Yeah.
Who is such a large part of his team mentally.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Even beyond the court. Cause like a guy like that, he could look at just being the guy who he is and being such a great player mentally and emotionally throughout the group. That's a coach like waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's an avenue for him that's kind of open if he, obviously if he wants to do something like that. But you gotta respect such a long career too. Is he the oldest in the NBA right now?
Nah, he. Well, there's a couple of people that did 20 years. I think Dirk Levinsky. I think Kobe.
LeBron.
I think LeBron is the oldest in the NBA right now.
I think LeBron. Oh, is he really? I thought LeBron was. How old did LeBron just turn? 39.
He might. Let's see. Is it LeBron?
I'm trying to think because I think he might be one of the.
Vince. I don't know if Vince still playing. Vince was one of them up there, but I think it might be LeBron.
Yo,
the longest player.
Vince did play for a while.
Yeah.
Vince played for a while.
I played against Vince in high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Was he dunking like Vince. He would then?
Yeah. Vince, Lamar Odom, Stephon Marbury, them guys like that. Yeah.
Oh, Stephon Marbury, that's a sleeper too. He was real good. He was real good. That man was a bit of an offensive spark plug, really. That he could meet. Well, you know what, he pulling up on
you. Yeah.
But UD having such a long career, if that's any representation on how that's just to show kind of a representation of the work ethic that even you have, because y'all are such close friends. You've been like a bigger brother to him, from what I understand. So I can only imagine what your work ethic is going to lead you to, considering the fact that his work ethic just got him to play. Bro, people are signing 10-day contracts and not making it past that.
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah.
10 whole days. Mm-hmm. He's been in there longer than almost I've been alive.
Yeah.
In hooping.
Yeah.
And, bro, not everybody can say that.
Yeah.
Not everybody can say that. Matter of fact, what that is, that's probably even less than 1% of people.
Yeah.
Who can say that they've been in the league that long.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, bro, doing this thing, you got a lot of big projects coming up, you know what I mean? So, he doing his thing over there. I'm over here, We talk about goals and everything all the time, what we trying to do and accomplish. And so, yeah, that's that with that.
Yeah, man. So, but I mean, I guess before we get ready to wrap up here in a few minutes, is there something else in particular that's been on your mind? Something that you been meaning to tell? Something you want to tell the world? Something you want to tell the community in particular?
Yeah, just really, some people think that this going in business is easy. It ain't. You can't go in it for the money. You know what I mean? You got to have passion for it. You're going in business, it got to be something you like doing. You know, to
Yeah.
go in business. A lot of people go in business, they friends be done say, hey, boy, I got the hookup. You can do this, and then you get it. You don't like doing it, so.
Now the
you know,
passion is
so,
not there.
Yeah, so you got to have a passion for the business you're doing.
Yeah, because people don't know that business will quickly become you staying up to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
getting up
Yeah.
at 8.
Yeah,
Business will quickly become you just worked 60 hours this week
yeah,
on the job, whether it's been at the job, at home on the computer,
Yeah.
designing stuff, making labels, putting your information on Google so that people can find you
Yeah.
and like stuff like that. It becomes very, very, very time consuming. And I tell people, there's no secret to the money part. It's like, where do your values lie in it?
yeah, yeah.
What are you trying to accomplish based upon this? And the money will come.
Yeah.
The money
that'll
will come.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you allow yourself to find something, like you said, that you love and put your hard work into it, you'll be straight. Because I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of different thoughts. I've started a lot of different projects, but I stopped one day and I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like I'm having a lot of great ideas. I'm thinking about a lot of cool stuff. I was like, oh, I'm trying to make money again. I don't need to be trying to make money.
You gotta let the money make you. Let it chase you,
Yep.
And that's what I do. Like, I don't.
And this is something that I think that I will enjoy doing, and whether it be in a studio, whether it be in my own home, no matter where it is, I knew this was something I'd be enjoy doing. So I set it up as quickly as I possibly could.
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing something. I've been thinking about, like, maybe doing a show at the restaurant.
That'd actually be a great idea. A great. I can actually send you the for the headsets and the microphone stuff. I can send you the link to that stuff. I actually got it. Wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
Really wasn't. I got a set.
know.
I got a set for 4 people too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but that's future talk. But and to the kids, I did it. No mama, no daddy. It just I didn't want to give up. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now today I talk to kids about, you might don't have a mom or your daddy might don't be in your life, but don't use that as an excuse. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm somebody, you can use me now. I got a platform now.
You lost your mom at the young age of 6, your dad at the young age of 14. Mm-hmm. Now you're building a brand, verified on Instagram, 20,000 followers, probably finna going up as we speak.
Every day I'm looking, I'm like, whoa, like somebody following.
And it's going up every day. I mean, it's going up every day as you speak. You make absolutely amazing food. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see where it's gonna end up in the future.
Yeah. So once everything get right, I want to hit a big city. You know what I mean? I'm ready to hit a big city and
To open up a Pick-a-Boos per se.
Yeah, hit a big city. I ain't in no rush.
Yeah.
I just
God's
Thompson,
timing.
Georgia will always be the home of the first Pick-a-Boos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I would love to keep that going.
And we'll keep adding stuff in, because
Yeah.
we got a few things, we don't got much, but like we got a few things, and like that right there is gonna be one of them. There, I'm gonna hopefully one day be traveling doing this and tell people, oh yeah, I'm finna run down to Pick-a-Boos real quick. I'll be like, oh, I actually know that dude.
Yeah.
That's my first few episodes, and I'm gonna tell him like, really, yeah, he from Thompson. He started first one.
Yeah,
Thompson, Georgia.
Yeah.
I can't,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
so
saying? I can't wait to tell people that.
Yeah, so that's my thing. But like I say, my goal, I want to be big. Like I look at McDonald's, I look at Burger King, I look at all these big corporations, and I'm like, why I can't do that? I'm the only person stopping me from doing it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
So if you can think it, you can dream it, and you can accomplish it. I had a cousin drove from Miami yesterday. He just left. Well, he on the road right now. But yesterday he told me, and it's crazy. It's gonna sound crazy. He said, "You know what? Cuz," he said, "one day I wanted to be a crackhead, and I became a crackhead." He said, and then one day I wanted to get off crack, and I got off crack. And my cousin was a crackhead at one point, like steal your stuff and everything. Now he got his own business. He do construction. He worked for millionaires and billionaires.
That's amazing.
You see what I'm saying? So you can do whatever you put your mind to, whether it's good or bad. And I chose to put my mind to something good. And
that's the thing part. Is I always, I'm always praying for clarity in that area, because a lot of people think your mind is who you are.
Yeah.
And no, your mind is a thing. Like most things in your life is something that you have to conquer.
Yeah.
When your mind is like, oh man, I've been working hard. We actually slide to the club tonight.
Yeah.
It take that one night.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And, they dude outside, man. They got that good drink.
Yeah.
Going to drink with dudes I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It take that. Yeah. It take that one night. It take that one thing. And like I was smoking the vapes along with all the kids. They had us in a chokehold. Like, no lie, vapes in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's as bad as you think it was.
Yeah.
Like, it really is as bad as you think it was. And I started vaping too. I quit like 2.5 years ago or something like that. What happened with me is I tried to quit for everyone else. I tried to quit because my girlfriend, she never gave me hell about it, but she I don't really like that smell. And I was like, I'm trying to be intimate and hug and kiss my girlfriend or my fiance. She don't like the way I smell. I don't think that's appeasing.
Yeah.
But when I started to quit for myself and understand that, wow, I got a kid here. I got one on the way. Am I going to look them in the face at 50 and tell them, be like, yeah, well, I'm clocking out because I couldn't stop smoking?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I'm thinking to myself, I couldn't accept that from someone else. So like, why would I? And not to knock people who are dealing with addictions of any kind, but it really was my idea.
Yeah.
It had to become my idea because I quit a couple times.
Yeah.
Everybody who smoked, drank, anything that they quit. You quit a couple times. You always do.
Yeah.
But until it starts to become your own idea, like I took a puff one day, and at the end of the juice, it'll be a little burnt to kind of let you know, like, all right, you ain't got no more juice in there. I was like, whew, that's nasty.
Yeah.
I ain't never doing that again.
Yeah.
I put it on a dresser, dog. I never looked back.
Yeah.
Never looked back. Never looked back. That was the
up.
first thing I was thinking. It was the first thing I was thinking about in the morning. It was the last thing I was thinking about at night. And I was like, this is the last thing I'm thinking about at night. And I got kids, bro.
Yeah. True.
And who gonna rise to the occasion?
Yeah.
If it ain't gonna be me, I promise you, that woman in there gonna find a way for her kids, and it's gonna be somebody else.
Yeah.
I can't let that happen.
Yeah. Facts.
Can't let that happen.
Facts.
No way. But more you got for me, man. Before I let you off until you, I know you, like you say, you work every day. I know you're busy. So
yeah, I was actually making macaroni before I came here. We got the best mac around.
Okay, I gotta try to make. I think
mac.
What if I had some chicken and fries so far. I also had I think
tried the cracked wings. That's new.
No,
That's new.
No, haven't tried the cracked wings. I tried your what was the Miami Heat ones?
Yeah.
They were a limited time one type deal or something.
The Miami Heat.
They on there now?
Nah, they always been on.
They
there.
always been
That's
on there.
how
It was a different one. It was a different one then. Like you had one that was new, like it said new on your menu or whatever. I think you ended up keeping it around. Them thing, bro. And then I don't know what you doing to the fries. I don't even know. I don't know what you doing to the fries. The fries are crazy though.
Yeah.
The fries are crazy though. I'm not a fry person.
Yeah.
I don't like fries like that.
I only eat my fries.
I don't like fries like that. Them
really,
fries
you
crazy.
know, I eat my fries, and if I'm on the road traveling, I eat McDonald's fries.
I eat a little bit.
McDonald's
fries,
like
they got
the
something in
salt.
their fries.
I like the salt, man. The salt McDonald's got is different.
Yeah.
You put them on the fries, but
What it is, bro, I think it's just like when I opened the packet one day and I pulled it out, I was looking at it and like I think they use just the thicker cuts of salt. Like I got instead of a salt shaker, I got the salt cracker.
Grinder.
The little thing, yeah.
Okay,
that
gotcha.
crack the salt on there.
Yeah,
and like you taste salt and pepper like a whole lot more
Yeah, okay.
with the crack. And I think that's what they might be their little secret is.
Gotcha.
Maybe. But I appreciate you for coming by today, man.
All love,
I appreciate you for stopping by with me today.
Man.
Y'all, it's been Rayvon. It's been Mr. Pigaboo. And if you didn't learn something, sound like a you problem.
Yeah.
You might need to
man.
assess
never
that.
Give up, man. Whatever you're doing, never give up. I done been through it all. I'm still here. Made it out the streets. Basketball, now cooking. And taking care of my family, man.
No excuses.
Family first.
No excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses.
No excuses.
Love to hear it today. But this is us signing off, man. And y'all have a good one.
For sure.